Hello and welcome to another edition of the Vito Conenna Sports Show dedicated to the World Cup preview. My special guest needs no introduction. His middle name is Soccer, Dominick Sciortino, and he's wanted by all the beautiful women on Staten Island. Everybody knows him. He's very popular, and he's a very good soccer fan. So here we go, his debut. So we're going to start with...
fake news, Trump said. Fake news, fake news.
We're going to add some comedy today. We also got a guest caller, Group A. We're going to start with the inaugural game, Dominick, Qatar and Ecuador. And our guest speaker, Felix, that's his home country. He's happy that the first game will be Ecuador, his home nation, in the spotlight, in the showcase. Let me tell you something about Qatar. I saw them play in the Gold Cup. They were invited. They went all the way to the semifinals with imported players. They almost beat the United States in the semifinals of the Gold Cup. They're very interesting. I mean, Qatar is known as an oil-producing nation with petroleum crude oil. They're known as like one of the leading exporters with that. They're very rich. Controversial that they got the World Cup. What I want to tell you, Dominick, is that the last few games I've been seeing, they've won. They beat Ghana 2-1 August 23rd. They beat Jamaica 2-1. They beat Dominica 2-0. They also played some Italian teams over the summer. They beat Udinese 2-1 on July 24th. Qatar also tied Lazio 0-0, and they tied Fiorentina 0-0. They just recently beat Albania 1-0, so they may be a surprise.
They got the home advantage.
They do. So and every home nation is always advanced past the group except South Africa in 2010. So what are your expectations of Qatar in this group with Qatar, Senegal, Netherlands, and Ecuador? What do you think will happen?
Well, I never put them in to advance first, but being that they're playing at home and you say they're rich.
Yeah.
Referees easily. We don't want to say it. They're going to bite.
Well, we got the VAR, so I mean...
Definitely, times are bad, so they could advance, yes.
I mean, anything...
Ecuador is a great team. Ecuador is, they are really, the runner-up. The group is going to be an easy group for Netherlands, I believe. They are very prepared. They got better soccer than everybody else.
Yeah.
On the group, Ecuador has a few good players, but they all play abroad. They play in Spain, United States, England.
Well, let me tell you, Felix, about Ecuador. I was surprised that Felipe Caicedo, who played for Inter, Lazio in general, was not included, the veteran, 34 years old. And the other Caicedo, Jordi Caicedo, did not make the team, and Moses Caicedo did not make the team as well. But I guess, we've seen them play June 2nd against Nigeria. They scored in the third minute. They won that game pretty easily. I look at Ecuador, they're ranked 44th. I mean, I think for Ecuador, their expectations, their World Cup is getting past this group. It's not an easy group. Netherlands is known as the powerhouse, and you do have Senegal, the African champions, and Qatar is the host. It's always difficult to be in a group with the host nation. But Ecuador does have potential, but we'll see. We'll see if they can get out of this group. And the show starts Sunday, 11 a.m. On Fox and Fox Sports 1. So we'll see how they start. It's always good how you start. It's always important.
It's going to be interesting to watch. Alfaro, the coach, he's from Argentina. They call him Lechuga. So let's see how he works this out. And
we'll see.
Whether he can get a nice offense, to try to score.
Who do we have on the phone?
Felix, he was born in Ecuador. We're talking about Ecuador. Now, the only thing I want to tell you, Felix, is the best finish for Ecuador was 2006 when they got to the round of 16, 12th place. The other times, they didn't get out of the group in 2014 and 2002. So that's their goal, is to get out of the group. And it's not an easy group. But I really think Netherlands is overrated. I've seen them in the Nations League. They disappointed a lot of games. But that's pretty much for Group A. Let's go to Group B. Now, Felix, I want to talk about Group B, which is the group of the United States, Wales, England, and Iran. So what do you think could happen in this group?
I think it's going to be tough for United States. It's not an easy group. England plays very well. Wales, it's just about scoring, I guess. For them, it's going to be about scoring the goals. But England is going to be difficult to beat.
Well, Dominic, who do you have in Group B? Who do you
I
have?
got
as-
England and the USA advantage.
Yeah, I have England and USA as well.
Then again, Iran could be a surprise as well.
Yeah, you never
so,
know about Iran. And I was looking for Felix's bracket. Let me
But
see.
yeah, England, the USA.
Yeah, England, USA for Group B.
Well,
Yeah.
Felix has got, I have it right here. Felix has got Wales second place in Group B. And who do you have? And you have England winning it. You have England and Wales, United Kingdom moving on. But let me tell you, Wales is ranked 19th. They have not gone to the World Cup since 1958. The last time they were in the World Cup in 1958, they got sixth place. So let's see what happens. I mean, Gareth Bale is one of the best players. They also have Aaron Ramsey, former Juventus player, and Moore is another key player for them. You know what? I think the U.S. will get out of the group. I think they have enough to get out of the group. The only controversy with the United States is no Paul Arriola, no Ricardo Pepi, Zardes wasn't picked, or Sebastian Legit, too legit to quit. He wasn't picked.
Well, McKennie is a great player.
Winston McKennie is very good.
For a while.
Definitely.
He might be able to score. Pulisic, you've seen him play. He runs really fast, so he might be able to score as well. I mean, it's about team. I believe if
Yeah.
they play as a team, they're probably gonna.
I think USA can get out of the group because it would be disappointed if they don't. But Dominic brought up a good point. Iran, not much known about them, but they are ranked pretty high. They're ranked 20th. Wales is ranked 19th, and the United States is ranked 16th. England is ranked 5th. So, I mean, time will tell. But that's England. The controversy I have with England is that Tammy Abraham of Roma not selected, Tomori of AC Milan, Danny Welbeck, 42 games played for England, 16 goals for England, age 31, did not get picked up as well. And Bowen was missed out on the team. But we'll see. I mean, England's got enough. You know, they should have enough to get out. You know, everybody's picking them to win the group. Let's go on to Group C because time is ticking. Group C, gentlemen, is the group with Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. Who do you guys have? I have, you know, obviously Argentina. I think I'm very high on because
Argentina is to the end, yeah.
right now they're playing as good as anybody, 35 unbeaten.
Messi already's got the cup.
Yeah, probably Argentina and Poland.
Yeah.
No, I think it's Mexico then Poland. I don't know.
Mexico and Poland will probably compete for the second place. I mean, Saudi Arabia, they're ranked 51st. In 1994, they got to the round of 16. Every other time they got to the World Cup, they haven't been able to get out of the round. I think they have a very difficult group. Argentina, the only criticism I have is they did not pick guys, Roberto Pereira, former Juventus and Udinese player, no Icardi, and no Giovanni Simeone, but they have a stacked team. Maybe there's just no room for these guys because they're just very stacked with Lautaro Martinez of Inter, Nico Gonzalez of Fiorentina, Dybala of Roma, Di Maria of Juventus, Correa of Inter Milan. They're very stacked. My question is their defense. We'll see how their defense does and their goalkeeper, but a lot of people have big expectations for Argentina that this is the time they go back to the final. We shall see. Uncle Tony's got them in the final against Belgium. And 4 years ago, he did predict Croatia-France, so let's see if he could do it again. Felix, who do you have in this group? You have Argentina and Poland, you said. I do have Argentina and Poland going on too, but
I got Mexico. I'm sorry, I got Mexico.
Mexico's tough.
I got
My only
Mexico.
criticism of Mexico, no Chicharito Martinez. Javier Martinez was not selected, age 34. No Giovanni Dos Santos and no Jonathan Dos Santos.
Them are one all young players. So
They went with young
have
players.
a lot of surprises.
Yeah, no Jesus, no Corona. I'm not speaking of the coronavirus. Jesus Corona did not
Jesus
make the
Corona,
team.
okay.
No Aguirre as well. And no Carlos Salcedo.
We got Argentina, Mexico to go on.
All right, we'll see what
Poland is not
happens
the kind of weather for them.
Well, Poland, they got to prove themselves. This is
It's not their
they're
weather.
ranked 26th. Mexico is ranked pretty high. Mexico's ranked, what are they ranked? 13th, actually.
Move on to Group D.
Let's go to D. Group D is the group of France.
France, Tunisia. Go on, move on.
France, Tunisia,
That's it.
Denmark, and Australia.
France,
Yeah, I
Tunisia.
think France and Denmark are going to be winning.
I think so too.
Griezmann and Mbappe.
But I'll be honest with, I think everybody's too high on France. And let's face it. Let's face the music. The last few World Cup winners have not got out of the group. It started in 2006 when they really won the group. 2010 they couldn't get out of the group, and that's been the music. When Germany won the World Cup in 2014, last World Cup they got knocked out by South Korea. So the teams that have won the World Cup, the last few World Cups, have not been able to get out of the group. France, they got a dilemma. There is no Paul Pogba and there is no Kante. They're both injured. They have enough to get out of the group, but you know what? Tunisia have something to say and Australia have something to say. But you mentioned Tunisia, Dominic. Tunisia, the only time they did something in a World Cup was 1978 when they got 9th place. Yeah, it looks that way to me.
They're advancing this time.
Yeah.
Tunisia and France is advancing. I don't know how far they're going to go, but yes, I don't see Denmark, Australia this year. But
I mean, we'll see. I mean, France and Tunisia, there's a lot of history between them, but time will tell.
Denmark only plays good against Italy.
Now, Denmark, they did very good in the Euros. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Like I said,
I wouldn't be surprised if Denmark wins the group because they did beat France recently in the Nations League. Let's go to Group E, gentlemen. Group E is the group.
You see Spain, Germany. Let's move on.
Yeah, Spain and Germany heavily.
That's probably semi-final, finals.
You got Costa Rica and you got Japan. Japan is ranked 24th, but I just think it's going to be difficult for Costa Rica and Japan because Spain and Germany are powerhouses. My criticism of Spain is no Iago Falque. I'm very surprised they didn't bring him, age 32.
What do you think about that Ferran Torres, man? You think that Torres might be the deal in Morata?
Yeah, Ferran Torres with Barcelona is a very good player. Probably him and Morata, the key guys. No Caldejon, age 35. No Castellanos of AC Milan, and no Mario Gila. But they got a player missing, Jota. Jota's injured, so that's a big loss for them. But I agree with both of you. Spain and Germany, just too much. It's different. It'd be very surprising if these two don't.
You might get a surprise from Japan, but I doubt it. Costa Rica is always a great team as well. But yeah, those two teams are gonna.
They just got too much. Both of those
Spain
teams.
and Germany.
Let's go to Group F, guys.
Yeah, that one is too easy.
Group F is the group of Belgium, Croatia, Morocco, and Canada. Now, Belgium, it's now or never. The golden generation is fading. This is their last opportunity to win a World Cup. I think with Belgium, to me, you get to the final, it's not a failed World Cup for you. But they're running out of time. Let's see if they can do it. Salamakers, 3 days before the World Cup was announced, he said he was ready to go, but Roberto Martinez apparently didn't feel that way because he didn't select him on the team. But they are loaded, and luckily, their big star, the big beast, Romelu Lukaku, is there, and that's important. And they got Kevin De Bruyne, the best midfielder. They got the best goalie in Kealtos, who won pretty much the Champions League standing on his head, and he was the Golden Glove 4 years ago at the World Cup. The only problem with Belgium, guys, is their aging defense. But that could be a strength because of veteran leadership. They do have Van der Holt, age 35, and they have Alderweireld, age 33. They did not select Lukaku's brother, Jordan Lukaku, the defender who is age 28, former Lazio player. No Luis Pedro Cavanda, and no Origi of AC Milan, Denner, and Dedrick Boyata. But they have a lot of talent here. They have the guy from AC Milan, Charles de Cautere, Witsel, Carrasco's a veteran. You got quite a bit of stars on this team. You got Jeremy Doku, who pretty much got the attention of the World Cup fans when he did very well at the Euros when he came in against Italy. He was a very good speedster. They have Mertens too. Belgium is very good. They're ranked 2. I have Belgium winning it all. Let's see what happens. The team that could be tough in this group is Morocco. They do have Walid Kadir of Badi. He's going to make his first World Cup. He's age 24. Morocco's an interesting team. Croatia's tough.
Yeah,
Croatia was in the
That's
final.
Belgium, Croatia advanced.
Yeah, I think Belgium and Croatia advanced. They're just too strong, too much. Even though Croatia, they did not bring Rakitic and Rebic, but they have a lot of talent on Croatia. I just think they're too strong. I actually have Belgium and Croatia in the final. These two teams, I have them meeting in the final, as a matter of fact. Let's go to...
Semi-final, man.
I have them in the final. Group G, gentlemen, is the group of Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon. Switzerland is there because they advanced over Italy.
That was a luck,
Unfortunate, a couple of penalties were
Cameroon, Brazil.
But let me tell you, Serbia is a very dangerous group, a dangerous team for Brazil, and this could be the group of death because this is not an easy group for Brazil. Because Switzerland is very good, very competitive. We saw what they did in the Euros. They did very good. They almost beat Spain. They lost in penalties. Serbia's got 9 players that play in Serie A. They got Milkanovic Savic, the goalkeeper. They got Milikanovic of Fiorentina, Kostic of Juventus, Maksamovic, Lukic, Duric of Sampdoria, Lazovic of Verona,
So you pronounce
Ilic, Verona, Jovic of Fiorentina,
Brazil,
and they have
Serbia.
Vlahovic, Juventus. I actually picked Brazil and Switzerland to go through, but I would not be surprised if Brazil, I would not be surprised
Serbia.
if
I don't think
Serbia,
Switzerland's got no chance in that group.
would not be surprised if Brazil doesn't go through because this is a difficult group. This could be the group of death because Cameroon is
Yeah,
tricky.
at least that guy Neymar, he's making all that money. PSG, he should score a couple of goals.
Brazil is very, very good. They're ranked number 1. They haven't won the World Cup since 2002, but they do have a difficult group. Last time they met Cameroon, they lost in the Confederations, Brazil. The only thing is, let's not forget that Brazil did not bring Douglas Costa. They did not bring Pato. So there are a few players missing for Brazil. But they are Brazil, they're very competitive. No Juan Jesus, former Inter player. Gabriel Silva as well didn't make it. But it'd be shocking if Brazil doesn't make it. But they will be tested in this group. They definitely will be tested. I do have Brazil and Switzerland going on, but I think Serbia really could go through. And Serbia has never done anything in a World Cup, but now's their time to break loose. So let's move on.
Group H, last group.
The last group is H. This is the group of Portugal, Uruguay, Ghana, and South Korea. I have Portugal and Uruguay advancing, but I'm going to be honest. Ghana could pose some problems. I think Ghana, when they got cheated, when they lost to Uruguay in that World Cup in 2010, I just think that they can't wait to play Uruguay because Ghana, if they don't get through, as long as they beat Uruguay, I think that's their World Cup victory. Ghana is ranked very, very high, I actually cannot believe Ghana's ranked 61st and a lot of controversy. There is no Joseph Painsil, who plays in the Belgian league. 14 goals, 6 goals scored for Ghana. Jeremy Shope, the Cremonese team. Felix Aram Guillen was not picked. Wakaso, Edira Ofori, Jojo Walcott, Aqua, who was a former Serie A player, wasn't picked. Former Palermo player. Daniel Corfi not selected. Duncan was not picked. Richard Boque, Kevin Pritz-Boateng not picked at 35. And Montari at 38, I would have selected him, but he wasn't picked. And they got Noah Samoa, age 33, former Inter and Juventus player. Uruguay's got a lot of history on them. They've won 2 World Cups. They've gotten 4th place a few times in a World Cup. I'll tell you about that. Let me see what we got for Uruguay. Uruguay, 2010 was 4th place. And they also got 4th place in 1958 and 1970.
They were first place when we started off.
In 1930, the first World Cup, they were first place. In 1950,
they did to win another one, huh?
They beat Brazil. But I don't think Uruguay's got enough to win. They do have.
I haven't seen Uruguay play.
They have Cavani, their last World Cup with Cavani and Suarez. They have the former Sampdoria player, Lucas Torreira. They have ex-Juventus player, Vecino, Bentacar ex-Juventus, Interplay was Vecino. They have Caceres, Martin Caceres. They have Diego Godin. But, it should be Portugal and Uruguay, but nothing to take away from South Korea. They've done surprises in World Cups before, 2002 when they hosted it, even though they were helped that World Cup by the refs, but they did go very far. They do have a player. What I'm surprised is Lee Wong-woo wasn't select former Verona player, but they do have one player that he's from Napoli, Kim Min-jae. He's from Napoli, defender. He'll be on the squad for Korea. So we'll see.
I think you're right. From that group, Portugal and Uruguay, you're probably going to go to the next round.
Yeah, it should be. On paper, Uncle Tony's got Ghana sneaking in. We'll see if Ghana could do something. I mean, African teams haven't done anything in a long time, and they're due to make a splash. I mean, at least get to the quarterfinals.
Well,
We talk about surprises, notably from 2002. Costa Rica in 2014 got to the quarters. Croatia, finalist 4 years ago. How about Ghana in 2010, the quarters? Ukraine 2006 got to the quarters. South Korea was third place in 2002. Turkey, third place in 2002. United States, 2002 quarterfinals. So there have been teams that, Senegal, 2002 quarterfinals. So, who knows? There's always going to be surprises. I'm sure our brackets will be busted at some point. It's not very difficult to predict, but that's the beauty of the sport. That's why they play the games, for surprises,
So we might see Australia at the very end, then.
Who knows? But the winner of the World Cup gets $42 million US. Runners-up will get $40 million. Third place, $27 million.
Well,
Fourth place,
Ghana needs it really bad, then. They might win.
Fourth place, $25 million. Quarterfinalists, $17 million. Round of 16, $13 million. Group stage, they get $9 million for showing up.
Italy still need the money, huh?
Well, Italy, 4 years from now, hopefully, they got Carlo Ancelotti anchoring the ship. He was on Che Tempo Che Fa last night. They did a nice interview with him. And hopefully Mancini will, give the team to Ancelotti in 4 years, and maybe they'll be in better position. But they are regrouping with Italy. They are in the regroup stage with all youth, and that's what they need. They need to start from the bottom and, let these young players grow and become something.
Well, when it comes to money, it's about the teams, because, some of these teams, they just, they spend a lot of money on players. That's why
Felix has got,
you see them week in, week out.
Felix has got Brazil, Germany in the final. Dominic has got, who do you have?
Brazil, Spain.
You have Brazil, Spain. So you also have Brazil. You agree with Felix. I got Croatia, Belgium. My mom's got Argentina, Brazil in the final. That'd be interesting.
Argentina, Brazil.
There's a lot of interesting.
Well, Argentina's always with Messi. You never know.
I
He's
got
got
some-
a good day. Forget
Uncle
it.
Tony's got Argentina, Belgium. That would be a pretty interesting one. Dominic of Scheinbach, USA, has got Spain, England. My sister's got Germany, Spain. We got a good friend of mine, Mark, has got Brazil, France in the final. We got, there's somebody saying Argentina, Portugal. They like to see the last come around with Ronaldo, Messi meeting each other in the final. That would be a fairy tale final if it happens. Macio's got Spain, France. Deidre, Brazil, Belgium. Jessica Guerrero's got Brazil, France. We got prediction from Rafik. He's got Mexico winning it and Brazil in the final. Gilberto Ramirez, Brazil, Belgium, final. Dominic
So
Develis,
after
Brazil,
this, we have a
France.
new cup coming up. This will be the last one. Argentina
Martino's
takes it.
got
third time.
Cameroon winning it against England. That's a strange one. Mohamed Madavi's got Netherlands, France. Uncle Paul, Belgium, France. Carmine Gaultieri, Argentina, France. Vitin Salata, Argentina, France. Spain, USA. Another person.
Spain, USA.
Lucille's got
I like to see
Argentina,
that fight.
Belgium. Pena, Brazil, Portugal. Sarah Wendell has got Portugal, Brazil. They'll be talking Portuguese at the end of the game. Germany, USA, Vitin Gorvalo.
Obrigado.
So those are some interesting predictions we got. I mean, what games are you guys looking forward to? Because there's going to be some interesting games coming up in the first round. I mean, I think USA-England on Black Friday is a very good game. I mean, the inaugural game is always nice to watch, but USA-Wales should be good too. Argentina.
November 25th, England.
Yeah, England-USA, that's a monster game. That's a monster game. Argentina-Mexico should be good. That should be always interesting too. What other games you guys looking forward to? There should be a few. Brazil-Serbia should be good, I think. Spain-Germany, that's a great game. That's going to be November 27th. at 2 p.m.
Lots of goals on that one.
And you got Portugal-Uruguay, November 28th. That should be pretty interesting too. Let's see if there's any other interesting games. I think the Belgium-Croatia game is going to be good whenever they play. Yeah, Croatia-Belgium, 10 a.m. on December 1st. You got Croatia-Belgium.
What about Poland? Poland-Argentina.
That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good one too. I agree with that. Serbia-Switzerland, December 2nd at 2 p.m. That should be another one.
Let's see how Ecuador does, against Netherlands on the 25th.
Yeah.
November 25th.
I just, a lot of, Netherlands is ranked 8th, but, I mean, they left out some players too. No Kevin Strootman, no Kluivert. I was quite surprised at that. I don't have big expectations. I've seen him in the Nations League. Let's see, Morocco-Croatia. That's going to be an early game, 5 a.m. on November 23rd. That's Thanksgiving Eve. We got games on Thanksgiving, guys. November 24th, Switzerland-Cameroon at 5 a.m. 8 a.m. is Uruguay-Korea. Portugal-Ghana at 11 a.m. That's a good game. Brazil-Serbia is a good game, too, 2 p.m. on Thanksgiving.
Germany-Japan the day before, Germany-Japan.
Yeah. And then on Black Friday, Netherlands-Ecuador is going to be good. England-USA, those are the two good ones, I think. I mean, France-Denmark on November 26th is another good game to look forward to. I mean, we'll see how our predictions do. I think it'll be a good World Cup if we see a nation that hasn't won it before. That's what happened in 2010. I got the replica trophy of 2010. It'd be nice to see a team like Belgium win, or Croatia. Netherlands has never won. There's some nations in there. It's, I think nothing less. Argentina's got to get to the final. I mean, I know they want to win it, but we'll see if they can do it.
I just took the whole month off just to watch the soccer games. So I'm a winner because I'm going to enjoy all the games.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, even without Italy in it, I think it'll be a competitive World Cup because any nation that makes it to the World Cup is considered, competitive, elite, even though some continents might be a little bit, easier than others. But in 4 years, we're going to go to 48 teams, which is going to be interesting. First time in 4 years, it's going to be USA, Canada, Mexico. So that's going to be a very good one. Any last words? We have another minute and a half before we close it down.
Well, I think that Qatar is spending a lot of money on all those stadiums.
Yeah, they have air conditioning stadiums. There's some interesting stadiums. And Felix, what do you think about our posters in the background? We got the Cruz Azul model, and we got Lionel Messi right next.
Messi's got the cup already. We gave Messi the cup already.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch you.
And Jamie, what are your predictions? I want to get Jamie's input. We got 50 seconds left. Jamie, what do you think is going to happen? Turn your mic on. Who do you think is going to, what are your predictions? You heard from us. I'm curious to hear from our director.
He likes Ecuador.
You think Portugal's going to win it? And who's going to meet them in the final? Portugal, Argentina. That's not a bad final. That'll be pretty interesting. Who's your semifinals? The other two is in the semi. All right. At least we got everybody's input. It was a great show. I want to thank Dominic for
It was
being
my
part of
pleasure
it.
being over here,
We
not
had a
prepared
great-
for it, but
And I'm
it's
sure there'll be
okay.
more shows with Dominic in the future.